Welcome to the Marketing Coach Podcast. I'm your host, Angie Gensler, and I teach you how to get more traffic, leads, and sales without the hustle or headache. Let's get started. Hey guys, today we're diving deep into a topic that resonates with so many of you, and that is balancing the demands of running a business while still having a rich personal life. Now, if you've ever wondered how successful entrepreneurs manage it all without sacrificing their sleep, their family time, or their sanity, you are in the right place. Because today I'm going to share 19 productivity hacks that can help you achieve that delicate balance of work and personal life. Okay, so let's get started with the first set of hacks, and that is taking advantage of idle time. Now, we all have pockets of time throughout the day where we could be more productive. So maybe this is when you're standing in line, or you're on your morning commute, you're waiting for a doctor's appointment, or waiting to pick your kids up from school. Consider turning that idle time into productive time. So let's dive into these set of hacks. Number one is to learn during your morning routine. So use your morning routine to absorb valuable information. You can do this by watching training videos or listening to podcasts just like this one while you are getting ready in the morning. Now, if your morning routine requires more than just brushing your teeth and throwing on some clothes, this really is a great opportunity to transform that time into valuable learning time. I've completed entire certifications this way, and the lessons actually tend to get my brain going in the morning, and it really fills me with inspiration to get my day going. Number two is to write during your morning commute. So if you drive into an office or a job site, make use of that time and download a recording app. So the one I've used in the past is called Voice Recorder. Download that to your phone, and then you can dictate blog posts and emails during your commute. And then when you get to your final destination, then you can convert those recordings into text using extremely affordable services such as VoiceSpace. Now, the transcript that you get will require a fair amount of cleaning up and editing, but you will be amazed at how easily the words flow when you talk freely versus just sitting at your computer in front of a blank screen trying to create a blog post or an email from scratch. Plus, your writing comes across as more conversational when you do it this way, and your personality really shines through in your writing much, much better. Now, before I move on to number three, I just want to mention real quick that every single resource and tool that I mention throughout this podcast, I will include links to them within the show notes. So if you find anything throughout this episode that you're like, oh my gosh, I must have that, I must use that, just head over to my show notes page and you can get a link to go check it out. Okay, number three is to clean out your inbox while you're waiting. So turn your waiting time, whether you're standing in line or waiting for your kids, turn that time into an opportunity by tackling your email inbox and clearing out any pending tasks that you might have. Anytime that you find yourself waiting, just jump into that email inbox and start cleaning up. And the great thing about that is all of a sudden an inconvenience becomes an opportunity. So is your friend late for your lunch date, or maybe your cable provider put you on hold for the foreseeable future? That's okay. Now, instead of getting stressed out and angry, you see it as an opportunity, and you can use that lost time to really take care of a few emails and get them out of your inbox. Number four is to catch up on social media while sitting on the toilet. And yes, I really did just go there. We all know that everyone trolls social media or plays Candy Crush while sitting on the toilet. Don't even pretend you don't do this, because we all do it. So instead of playing a mindless game, be more strategic about your toilet time pursuits. So jump on social media, and instead of just mindlessly scrolling, use the time to be strategic and interact with your audience, follow key influencers in your niche, and then comment on their posts. Now let's move on to the next set of hacks, which is to automate, organize, and increase productivity. So in today's digital age, there are so many amazing tools to help you streamline your tasks, organize your life, and boost productivity. So let's jump into those. So tip number 5 is to automate social media. You want to automate your social media content creation using tools like the Social Media Content Club and scheduling tools like SocialBee or Buffer. So with the Social Media Content Club, you get daily done-for-you content, you get a planned out content calendar, video ideas, hashtags, an image library, and so much more. It takes all the guesswork and time out of creating and planning content for social media, which is where the bulk of your social media time is spent. So if you are not a member of the Social Media Content Club yet, you can give it a try for free for 7 days by heading over to angiegensler.com/content club. You also want to consider investing in a social media scheduling tool that will allow you to batch schedule your content and save even more time. So if you need help selecting the right social media scheduling tool for your business, I have a blog post that will help with that. So I will include a link to that in the show notes. And then if you want more tips on how to automate and streamline your social media marketing efforts, I also have a blog post to help you with that. So I will include links to both of those. Okay, number 6 is to leverage AI tools to create content faster. So AI tools such as OpenAI's ChatGPT can assist you in generating really high quality and engaging content in a fraction of the time that it would take you to do it manually. When I first started this business, it would take me weeks to create an incredible, epic, really valuable blog post, and now I can do it in 1 to 2 days, which is really incredible. Now, in addition to creating blog posts and emails, you can also use AI tools for social media content. So if you are a member of the Social Media Content Club, you can actually use the AI tools that we have included in your membership to help you write social media posts, generate video scripts, and come up with hashtag lists for you. And it does it all within seconds. It's incredible. Okay, number 7 is to increase productivity with Brain FM. So Brain FM is a tool that provides music designed to stimulate your brain for optimal performance. Now that sounds kind of woo-woo, but Trevor and I both swear by Brain FM. The second we put our headphones on and we turn on Brain FM, we get laser focused and start churning out quality work like a machine. I'm not really sure how it works or why it works, but Brain FM somehow allows you to get hyper-focused and just instantly transforms you into get shit done mode. I highly recommend it. Now, number 8 is to get organized with a tool like Asana. Asana is an online tool that helps you manage your to-do lists, organize tasks, collaborate with team members, and it ensures that nothing falls through the cracks. And Trevor and I we use the free version of Asana, and we use that to organize our to-do list, but it's really capable of so much more, particularly if you use the premium version. And because it's an online tool, you can access it from anywhere on any device, which really comes in handy when an idea randomly pops into your head. I do this a lot. I'm on the go and I have this idea and I'll open up Asana and throw the idea in and schedule it out for a later date so I can revisit it. It's really essential for keeping everything organized and to be able to do it on the go from anywhere, any place. Number 9 is to save time and money with online shopping. Now, you're more than likely familiar with online shopping. I think that kind of became a necessity during the age of COVID, but I want you to think beyond just regular groceries, household items. While ordering those online is going to save you both time and money so that you can focus on more important tasks, I want you to think beyond that. So I once used Instacart, which is a wonderful service. It allows you to get items delivered from nearly any large major store near you. But I once used Instacart to deliver a bouquet of flowers, some tea, and some chocolates to one of my friends on her birthday. Now, doing that saved me hours from having to go shopping for those items myself and then delivering them to her doorstep. She's a very busy woman, so she didn't have time to get together for lunch or for coffee. And so I just wanted to have something delivered to her that she could wake up in that morning and have a wonderful surprise. Instacart allowed me to provide all that to my friend to have this wonderful surprise, and I didn't have to physically leave my house and go do it. It was done within about 5 minutes, and I was able to go back to running my business. So think outside the box when it comes to online shopping and really think about what else could you use it for to save you more time and more money. Now let's move on to the next set of hacks, and that is to allow space for creativity to flow. And that's because running a business requires a lot of creativity. And it's really essential to find time for rest and relaxation so that you can keep those creative juices flowing. So hack number 10 is to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. Now, I'm not going to lie. I get really annoyed when I see get plenty of sleep on lists like this. It seems lame and it just kind of feels like filler to make the list longer. But here's the thing. Sleep is essential to successfully managing all the different balls that you have in the air to run your business. Now, I'm not going to get into the mountains of research and data proving that you need sleep for optimal performance. If you don't believe me, a simple Google search will do the trick. But I will say that once my kids were old enough to sleep through the night, I now make it a priority to get 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. And I attribute this amount of sleep to my ability to get a freakish amount of work done, accomplished in a day. Not only do I have the energy to tackle a lot, but I have the mental and emotional strength to handle a lot. So you may be able to function just fine off of 5 hours of sleep, but in order to be the best version of yourself, balance all the different responsibilities you have, you need to be able to get adequate sleep every single night. Okay, let's move on to number 11, and that is to take small breaks to meditate or move. So in addition to sleep, I also strongly believe in the power of meditation and movement. However, extremely busy people like you and me, we can't afford the luxury of an hour-long yoga class or 20-minute meditations or day-long hikes, at least not every day. But that doesn't mean that we can't still benefit from those activities. So sometimes a 5-minute break is all you need to recharge your batteries. So set a timer on your phone for 5 to 10 minutes and either sit in silence, move through a few yoga poses, or take a quick walk around the block and soak up the sun and the fresh air. You will be amazed at the creative thoughts and solutions that flood your mind when you take time to sit in silence or go outside in nature or move your body. It's really incredible. Okay, number 12 is to silence negativity and fear with affirmations. Now, I 100% believe that your negative thoughts and fears are the biggest obstacle standing in your way. The only thing self-doubt accomplishes is to halt your progress. Instead of confidently moving forward, you end up questioning every decision and overthinking every move you make. Now, as a business owner, you are way too busy to allow this to happen. You can't let your thoughts sabotage you. So I want you to replace those negative thoughts with positive affirmations and repeat them to yourself often throughout the day. Do not let your mind waste another second of your time doubting yourself. Now, let's explore the next set of hacks, which is to be strategic and get focused. Building a business doesn't have to mean that you're working endlessly. It means that you need to be strategic with your time and with your efforts. So number 13 is to focus your time on what matters. Every single day you're faced with hundreds of decisions on how to spend your time. And by the end of the day, you're probably exhausted by the volume of decisions that you had to make. And oftentimes when you look back at your week, you sometimes wonder like, wow, that flew by and I don't know if I have anything to really show for it. And that feeling that you get is the result of not focusing on what matters most to you. So I want you to take time to figure out what truly matters most. And once you know that, you can easily cut things out of your day and say no to all the little time sucks that pop up along the way. So for me, my family and my overall health and well-being matter most to me. That means that I don't have time for video games on my phone or hours of TV watching at night. I spend my evenings cooking healthy food, working out, and spending quality time with my family. So figure out what matters most to you and then start cutting out everything that doesn't fit within your priorities. Okay, let's move on to number 14. And this is probably my favorite of all the productivity hacks that I'm sharing with you today. And that is to use the bitch be crazy method. So in addition to focusing your time on what matters, you also need to stop focusing on stuff you can't control. So for example, stuff you can't control is other people's drama. So think about how often you find yourself talking about other people and getting worked up about something they did or they did not do. These thoughts consume a lot of energy. They take up space in your brain where creativity should live. A few years ago, Trevor and I came up with a solution to this very problem, and it has completely revolutionized our lives. And we call it Bitch Be Crazy. So we created the solution after realizing that a certain person in our lives was causing us to get fired up and frustrated. We would talk about this person all the time, and it would suck our energy and leave us really angry about honestly something that we had no control or influence over. So we decided to implement a new rule. Anytime we caught ourselves talking about this person, one of us would say, "Bitch be crazy," and we had to immediately stop the conversation and move on to something else. The method worked so well that we started using it on all sorts of things in our lives that would get us worked up. And in fact, it has worked so well that we barely use it anymore because we just don't find ourselves getting worked up about things. It eventually shifted our mindsets completely, which is really kind of the miracle of the Bitch Be Crazy method. I challenge you to try this method out today. And it doesn't even have to be with your partner or with a friend that you're doing it with. Maybe you just find yourself thinking these thoughts in your head and you can just bitch be crazy those thoughts away. I guarantee you'll love how empowered you feel saying bitch be crazy and then changing the conversation or shifting your thoughts to a more productive and positive topic. Okay, number 15 is to prioritize tasks with the $100 bills method. I learned about the $100 bills method from Amber McHugh, and Amber teaches small business owners how to prioritize their never-ending to-do list by assigning a dollar value to each task. So tasks that have the greatest potential to generate revenue for your business are labeled $100 bills. Tasks with the least revenue potential are labeled $1 bills. So when you open up your to-do list and look at the mountain of things that you need to do that day, figure out which tasks are $100 bills and start there. Then you'll just work your way down the list to your $50 bills and your $20 bills and so on. So for example, creating a product, emailing your list an offer, or optimizing a sales page might be a $100 bill. Writing a blog post or emailing your audience an update might be a $50 bill. Pitching to speak on a podcast might be a $20 bill. Making an Instagram post or attending a webinar on how to write better copy might be a $5 bill. And organizing your files or cleaning out your inbox might be a $1 bill. This method helps you to focus your time and energy so that you're working on tasks that will have the greatest impact on your business. Now, a little pro tip to share with you. Oftentimes you can complete $5 and $1 tasks during idle time, which I talked about at the beginning of this episode. Okay, moving on to number 16, and that is to evaluate new ideas using qualifying questions. So as an entrepreneur, more than likely it is your natural tendency to have shiny object syndrome. And that's because you're a visionary, you've got big ideas. But unfortunately, you are just one person and one business, and you can't possibly execute every new idea that pops into your head. So to help you quickly analyze each new idea and determine if it's worthy to pursue or not, walk through some qualifying questions. And you're going to need to develop these questions based on your goals and your values. But here's a few examples of qualifying questions that you could ask. Does this idea better serve my customers? Will this idea help me drive more traffic to my website with minimal effort? Can this idea be implemented with the time I have available this month? Can this idea be implemented within the budget I have available this month? Does this idea help me achieve my goals I set for this year? And does this idea fit within my core values? So create your own list of qualifying questions and then run each new idea for them. And you will only implement ideas that receive a yes to all the questions. If you answer maybe, a not yet, or a no to any question, then scrap the idea and move on. Okay, number 17 is to schedule planning time each week. So I want you to block off 1 hour on your calendar each Friday to map out the upcoming week. This will not only help you stay organized, but it also ensures that you allocate time for every aspect of your life, both personal and professional, allowing you to get a better balance. So let me walk through how this works. First, select a time every Friday that works best for you, preferably when you have minimal distractions. So I personally do this each Friday at 2 p.m., which gives me 1 hour before my kids get off the bus from school. Then I want you to review the current week. So take note of what worked well, what tasks were completed, and what needs improvement or still needs to be done. This reflection time is going to provide valuable insights for your planning of the upcoming week. Then you're going to make a list of all the commitments that you have for the upcoming week. So this could include business meetings, client calls, kids' activities, doctor's appointments, any obligations that you're aware of. Get them scheduled out on your calendar. And then you want to schedule in dedicated time for your family, your personal activities, and your self-care. So whether it's a workout session, dinner with a friend, a date night with your partner, make sure that it is blocked and booked on your calendar. And then finally, I want you to reserve about 2 hours each workday of uninterrupted focus time to work on your business. So this could be your golden hours for content creation, product development, or strategizing for your business. I want you to guard this time as you would any other important meeting. Now, once you've wrapped up this Friday planning session, you will not only have a clear roadmap for the upcoming week, but you'll have the satisfaction knowing that you've prioritized time for yourself, for your loved ones, and for the growth of your business. This is a great way to consistently ensure that you are balancing your life and your time. Okay, these last 2 hacks are all about getting help. So number 18 is to hire help. Now, hiring help doesn't necessarily mean hiring an employee or a virtual assistant or paying for fancy automation tools. Now, while those things are helpful and you may need to consider them when you are looking at hiring help, I want you to also think beyond your business and consider everything else that demands your time. So here are a few examples of services that you can hire to free up more time for your business. So you could hire a neighborhood teenager to mow your lawn, do your laundry, or entertain your kids. You could hire a cleaning service to clean your house once a month or once a week. You could hire a personal chef or a meal prep service to make your meals each week. You could pay for an errand service to run miscellaneous errands, deliver food, supplies, whatever it is that you need done. Or you could hire an online clothing stylist or a personal shopper to shop for your clothes. Honestly, for the right amount of money, you can hire great people to handle almost everything in your life that you don't have the time to handle. So not only can you hire help for your business, but think about how you can hire help in your personal life so that you can free up more time for your business or maybe for your loved ones. And speaking of loved ones, number 19, our final hack that I'm going to share with you today is to enlist loved ones to help. So this final hack is everything. I would guess that there are plenty of people who love you very much and they want to see you succeed. They would be more than happy to help if you just asked them. So I want you to brainstorm people in your life, such as family members, friends, coworkers, and neighbors, who may be able to help you out. So for example, can your dad take your car in for oil changes and routine maintenance? Can you work with your partner to reallocate the household chores to free up more time for you? Can you team up with a neighbor to split carpool duties for kids' activities? Do you have a good friend who can serve as your accountability partner or a business coach? You do not have to do this alone. The people who love you most would be honored to help you and be part of your journey towards success. And as a side note, if you have a partner who doesn't pull the full share of work running your household, then I highly recommend getting the book Fair Play by Eve Rodsky. Read it together and go through the exercises. It is a really great tool to help rebalance the workload to be more fair and equitable within your household. Okay, there you have it. Those are the 19 productivity hacks to help you balance your business and your personal life. Building your business and achieving success does not have to mean sacrificing your well-being or your time with loved ones. So implement these hacks, be strategic with your time, and don't be afraid to ask for help. I hope you guys found this episode helpful and you discovered a few strategies that you're going to try out this week. And before we part ways, remember that perseverance, not perfection, is the key to success. If you keep taking action, your success is inevitable. I'm cheering you on. If you liked this episode and learned something new, make sure you rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast. And if you haven't given the Social Media Content Club a try yet, head over to angiegensler.com/content club to start your 7-day trial of done for you copy and paste content directly from your phone. You're going to love it. Well, that's it for today. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next episode.